Welcome back to World of Nightmares. This is the second episode in our Haunted Hospital series, The Last Surgery. The operating room on the third floor was supposed to be locked, decommissioned. But every morning at precisely 3 a.m., the lights flicker on by themselves, casting an eerie, sterile glow into the darkened hallway. The nurses on the night shift have learned to ignore it, to walk a little faster, to never, ever look inside. One Tuesday night, Dr. Santos was finishing his rounds, later than usual. A long day had turned into an even longer night, and the hospital was hushed, wrapped in a blanket of weary silence. As he walked down the third-floor corridor, a familiar, unwelcome light bled from under the door of the old OR. He sighed, annoyed. Someone must have left the main breaker on again. He pushed the heavy door open. The air inside was frigid, unnaturally so. Bright white light from the overhead lamp glared down on the central operating table, making the polished steel instruments gleam with a sinister sharpness. Scalpels, clamps, forceps, all laid out with meticulous care, as if waiting for a surgeon's hand. On the corner of the table, a lone surgical mask lay perfectly flat. Dr. Santos frowned, stepping inside. This was wrong. The room had been stripped bare months ago. As he took another step, he heard it. A faint, dry whisper. "Scalpel!" it rasped. He froze, his heart beginning to pound against his ribs. The sound was close, so close. "Suction," another voice murmured, this one seeming to come from the other side of the room. But he was alone. The room was empty. His eyes darted around, searching the shadows in the corners, finding nothing but dust and disuse. He decided he'd seen enough. He turned to leave, his hand reaching for the door. But before he could touch it, the door slammed shut with a deafening bang that echoed like a gunshot in the silent hospital. He rattled the handle, but it was locked solid. Panic, cold and sharp, pierced through him. He spun around, his back pressed against the cold metal of the door. And that's when he saw it. A shadow fell across the frosted glass of the scrub room window. It was the silhouette of a person, tall and broad, wearing a surgeon's coat and cap. Relief washed over Dr. Santos for a split second. "Hey, let me out!" he yelled, banging his fist on the door. The figure turned its head slowly, as if hearing him from a great distance. But as it faced him, the doctor's relief curdled into pure, unadulterated terror. Where the face should have been, there was nothing. Just a dark, gaping void. A featureless hole that seemed to weep a steady blackish-red fluid down the front of the white coat. Dr. Santos couldn't scream. The sound was trapped in his throat. He could only stare, paralyzed, as the horrific figure raised a hand and pointed a long, shadowy finger directly at him. A final, chilling whisper echoed in the operating room, seeming to come from all around him at once. "Next patient is ready." Scared yet? If you crave more tales from the dark, subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell. Don't miss your next appointment with horror. Thank you for listening.